I'm on a journey to create the greatest movie experience in the world. While I'm carving out my filmmaking entrepreneurial path, I want to help you create yours. Let's make some movies. Hey guys, 2020 here, super excited, lots happening. I hope you guys have had the most amazing Christmas holiday. I know I certainly have, and I'm so excited to get into the new year. And something I decided to do, I haven't really touched on big plans that I've been having in the future. And so I decided that, you know what, I really wanted to just share them with you. Maybe you've seen a few things that might have given you some confusion. So right now I'm here to clarify all that and kind of take this as number one, giving you the bigger goals, and kind of consider this like a special announcement as to, you know, what you can expect over the next 3 years, starting from 2020 all the way to 2022, and specifically to June 10, 2022. That's a very important date. I'm going to touch on that in just a second. I guess the first place I want to start off with, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create my very first feature film. Right, I'm a filmmaker and I've done loads of sort of smaller short film projects, but right now I really want to get into a feature film, just because I firmly believe that feature films are usually much better in terms of, you know, bringing more people into cinemas and watching the movie, as well as, you know, making money off it, which, you know, as much as I love what I'm doing, you kind of do need to make money. That's part of the business, and not only for, you know, the business itself, but that way I can make more projects in the future. But essentially, that feature film will kick off the next several feature film projects after that. I'm not sure what those are going to be like and what that timetable is going to look like. All I know is that my goal is that I want to release my first feature film by Friday, June 10th, 2022. The second thing they may have noticed is I'm spending quite a considerable amount of time working on different short films. So right now, you may notice I'm working on Becoming One of Them, which is expected to release in April of this year. You might have seen me work on other projects like Tom's Tricky Tart Trip. If you can't remember what that project's all about, I don't blame you. It's been a while since I've given an update on that project. Really, that project's been on a bit of a back burner. I'm still deciding where I want to go with it. I'm not quite feeling the live action style. I might do animated. We'll have to see where that goes. But right now, that project is still in the works, but it's really just on the back burner. Now, before I sort of dive into like what these short films are all about, I want to give you sort of like a bigger context into what these projects are about. A lot of these short films and the feature film that's coming out in 2022 are all linked. I have this bigger overall story, the big overall picture, where essentially there's this main story that's happening, and the idea is that I have all these sort of individual characters. They're going to have their own individual journeys, and then they're all going to meet up to deal with this one sort of bigger picture, this one bigger journey. So where does this fit in with the short films? Well, the short film that you may have heard me sort of mention once or twice is called Nika. Nika is one of my main characters, not only in sort of her storyline, but in this overall story as well. She plays a very, very important role. So the short film is meant to sort of kick off not only her path and her journey, because it's like the short film is meant to sort of kick off her trilogy of feature films in a way, as well as it's kicking off the overall story and a bunch of other things as well. So that's the project I'm working on right now, and the goal right now is I'm going to release that in around the summertime or the start of the summertime of this year. So we'll see how that goes. Later on this year, I also want to release another short. We'll see how that goes. Next year, I'm planning on releasing 2 more shorts. These will also be within the world, the fantasy world itself, this bigger story of mine. For now, I guess we'll call it the James Martin universe, for lack of a better name. One of the shorts I really want to make are about assassins. I have these really cool assassin characters, so it would be my first action film, essentially. So I'm really excited about that. There's also another project which evolves around mermaids. And no, I'm not talking about like Disney's Little Mermaid and all that stuff. I have sort of like my own style and my own idea of what these mermaid characters are supposed to be about and the journey that they play. So that's basically a couple of the ideas that I'm working on right now. But essentially, the plot is that I want to release as many short films as possible between now and June. And basically, when I do these movies, I'm basically going to try and make as much money off them as possible so that I can raise money for the feature film. which I'm hoping, the goal is that I'd like to start pre-production for that feature film in January next year, January 2021. Then we would shoot it in the summer of 2021, start editing, and then release it by Friday, June 10th, 2022. Now, you might be wondering, so what's this feature film all about? Now that I can tell you what it's about, because for the time being, it evolves around a character called Nia. Now, when you watch the short film Nika, there's sort of two sisters. Nika is the older sister, Nia is the younger sister. So it kind of introduces both of them, but mainly focuses on Nika. And something happens to Nia. I'm not going to spoil too much, but essentially something happens to Nia, which leads her on her own journey. And so when we get to the feature film, we're following along her journey. It's going to take place 7 years after the Nika short film. So obviously she's much older, she's a teenager, and she's going to go on her own special journey. So really that's the movie plan for now is, I'm working on becoming one of them, and then there's going to be the Nika movie, and then a few more shorts, and then the feature film, June 10th, 2022, the one about Nia, and then hopefully that'll kickstart more feature films. And what I'm also trying to achieve with these short films, and you may have noticed I've been going really hardcore on social media, really hardcore on YouTube. One of my big goals is I'm trying to have as much of a big reach and a big global impact as I possibly can. Because the more people I can reach, especially online, means the more people I can show my movie to. Right? Because I'm not just planning on, showcasing my movie the movies in like local cinemas. I want to try and get into as many cinemas as possible. I want to sell this on DVD and sell it to as many people as possible. I'm really hoping that by the time the feature film is released, that I can have that much of an audience where it's in as many different theaters as possible, and I have that much of an impact. So by the time it's released, it's like the biggest premiere ever. That's my plans for the next 3 years. So, I really appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate all the support. I get super excited when I see all the views on my latest videos, all the comments on my YouTube videos and my Instagram videos and everything else. You guys have been really keeping up to date about the behind the scenes and the project I've been working on. I really do appreciate it, and I really hope you enjoy these movies. I'm very passionate about it because I've always wanted to make movies since I was a kid. I've also been a huge fan of fantasy, and I really want to make my own fantasy universe. I hope you continue to follow me along. Lots of great stuff happening, not just, with the movies, but on YouTube and social media and my personal life. So, yeah, please stick around. It's only going to get better from here. So, appreciate it. Please stay up to date. Lots of great stuff happening, and I would love to get you as involved in these projects as possible because, I want to share this experience. I want you guys to have as much fun, too, as I am, right? Keep up to date. Good luck with your movies, and I can't wait for everything that's going to happen this year and the year after and the next 3 years. So, good luck. I'll see you next time.